The Persian Version is a semi-autobiographical film about a young Iranian-American woman who finds out she's pregnant and is subsequently at odds with her family during a large reunion in the wake of her father's surgery. Right out of the gate, we're introduced to an incredibly charismatic lead with Layla Mohammadi, who I've never seen previously, offering us an often funny and likable performance that gives us a character, also named Layla, we can immediately be invested in, with a fun reoccurring of the events leading up to the present. And that leads to both some great emotional and some amusing exchanges when she's reunited with her very large family. Unfortunately, what we quickly find out after the first act is that her character is not the sole focus of the film, and for the second act and part of the third, we're given extended flashback sequences focusing on her mother and grandmother when they were younger. And it puts something of a spin on these movies that center on a clash between generations, as it offers a much more in-depth perspective to these characters, which in other films is only summed up in a line or a couple of scenes. But while I get what writer-director Mariam Keshavarz was going for with this acting as a tribute to her own mother and grandmother, I just don't think the film was as strong whenever the focus shifted away from Layla, which would be quite often. The extended flashbacks appear very abruptly, and while compelling in their own right, are a bit tonally inconsistent with the present-day sequences, making for a bit of a disjointed experience. And it pains me to say that, because there's clearly a lot of passion put into the film, and it's still a solid experience overall. I just don't think the structure fully worked to the film's advantage. That being said, it still all comes together nicely. The final act is very emotional, it ties all the storylines together nicely, and the way the family dynamics evolve, it will put a smile on your face. So again, it ends on a note that makes for an overall positive experience. I might not have loved the entire thing as I did the present day sequences, but I still think there's a lot to appreciate here, and it's still worth checking out.